something, nothing, or everything.
And on top of it all, you haven't been relevant for the last damn near quarter century. Of course, it's a big, big deal. But I also would like to add this: the number one defense in the NBA. They play together. They are building a culture.
3 seconds remaining. Marbury going down the other end. Marbury in for the layup. It puts it in at the buzzer. Stephon Marbury at the buzzer. Clearly let it go, and they signal it's good. The game is over.
5-year, $100 million deal for Amari Stoudemire, done deal. Got that confirmed. They believe that they can have. He's the guy that fits in the same offense that obviously they're running in Phoenix because Mike D'Antoni got that started. Now he's coaching the New York Knicks.
Anthony going to his desired destination, Madison Square Garden, play with the Knicks. The Knicks get Anthony, point guard Chauncey Billups, Sheldon Williams, Anthony Carter, and former Knick
Anthony, final seconds. Anthony fakes, puts it up for the win. It's good! With 5/10 of a second remaining, there's still time. Carmelo Anthony gives the Knicks a 2-point lead.
Kevin Garnett, monstrous, 26 points and 10 rebounds for him as the Mean Green Machine sweep the Knicks out of the playoffs, the first to advance to the second round.
With the 17th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Iman Shumpert.
As far as the trade, their front line is exceptional. Their backcourt is where the questions are, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I love Tyson Chandler. That team needed defense.
Don't worry about whose team it is. Come out and play hard every night. Understand what Coach D'Antoni wants to get job on the offensive end, and defensively have the best team defense y'all can have. You have an opportunity.
He is done for the night. What can the Knicks learn from watching this group of Knicks?
Together basketball on the defensive end, they're helping Tyson Chandler out, even though he has 3 fouls, but you just see bodies moving, hands are in the passing lane.
Lynn puts it up. Bang! Jeremy Lin from downtown, and the Knicks take the lead. Amazing here at the Air Canada Center. Linsanity continues.
If Carmelo Anthony is on the floor with Jeremy Lin, who's taking the last shot in that game?
Of course, I want to take the last shot. I mean, let's be quite frank. I mean, I've been doing it for 9 years already, so I made a ton of them.
Here comes the Garden welcome for J.R. Smith for the first time.
It had a lot to do with the role of Carmelo Anthony. The offense, D'Antoni's offense wasn't exactly running through him when he came back off of injuries to play with Jeremy Lin. The Knicks started losing again.
Anthony for 3. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied in the hands of Anthony. Anthony for 3. Puts it in! Knicks by 1 with 8.2 remaining.
Defense wins championships. Offense wins games, but defense ultimately wins championships. The pride of the city, the grit, the grind. So I definitely, coming here as a free agency, wanted to bring that back.
All-star forward Amari Stoudemire punched a fire extinguisher with his left hand, cutting it badly, and he left American Airlines Arena with his left arm in a sling.
Unbelievable. But another thing going forward, Carmelo's going to have to be in better shape next year as well. Have to lose some weight or something as people are starting to throw things.
Linsanity is over in New York. The Knicks have confirmed that they decided not to match Houston's 3-year offer to Jeremy Lin. Lin will now be a Houston Rocket.
But also Carmelo Anthony. He suffered a hyperextended knee in the first game of the Western trip, missed the next 2, but now will be in the starting lineup tonight.
Smith catches, shoots, puts it up, puts it in at the buzzer. J.R. Smith with another game winner. And J.R. Smith pass right back up on top. Anthony crossover move, spins, turns, fires, hits. That gets the crowd on its feet. J.R. Anthony attacks. Hibbert denies him at the rim. Block number 5 for the Pacers center. Oh, what a play.
With the 24th pick in the 2013 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Tim Hardaway Jr.
Shoots over 2. Offensive rebound, Chandler to Bargnani.
think that the New York Knicks right now are in absolute chaos. I feel bad for Coach Mike Woodson because essentially it's just a disastrous situation right now that has very, very little to do with him.
Chandler went down as well, and that's a bad break for New York. The same way. He comes out, Metal World Peace will take his spot.
They should set that play up. Anthony leads in. That shot is good. Carmelo Anthony with the greatest scoring game in Knicks history. He's got 62. They're going to bring him out now.
I've had a conversation with Mike Woodson, supporting him and going forward to try and make the playoffs this year. The team has had a little run. We're anticipating it's going to be a good one, and they'll get into the playoffs.
The New York Knicks are an atrocity. They're an embarrassment. The New York Knicks are irrelevant to basketball.
They all provide an experience for me that I look forward to sharing with our players and helping us reestablish the championship culture that exists in the DNA of this organization and in this city.
It is a done deal, a 6-player trade between the New York Knicks and Dallas Mavericks that lands Tyson Chandler back in Big D. The Knicks also sending Raymond Felton to Dallas.
If Carmelo Anthony stays with the New York Knicks, you have essentially said it is about the money. It's not about winning. Because there is nothing about the New York Knicks that has led you to believe that they can win.
I think Carmelo will be good in the triangle. People worry, well, he's an isolation player. He requires one-on-one. There's a lot of one-on-one within the triangle after the first couple passes are made.
We've just continued to add things as we've gone along. But the struggle is once you open that box, it's hard to get guys back inside of executing some of our basic things. And some of our entry type of action worked to get us into the game.
I think eventually that's what he wants to do. Oh, beautiful pass. The two former Knicks connect, Shepard and J.R. Smith. And Smith enjoying every second of his return to the gun.
I want to play, period. I mean, just sit on the sideline is kind of not my thing, and not my cup of tea, but, I want to, get out there in London, especially, and play.
Knicks and Amari Stoudemire agree to a buyout, ending his tenure in New York. He should clear waivers by Wednesday, could be in a new uniform by the time the league resumes.
Some way it's worse under Phil Jackson. Never in the history of the New York Knicks have they lost 60-plus games in a season. They lost 65 this year. You got a rookie coach in Derek Fisher who's never even been an assistant.
And the 4th pick in the 2015 NBA draft goes to the New York Knicks.
With the 4th pick in the 2015 NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis from Liepaja, Latvia. He last played for Sevilla in Spain.
That we know they're not going to be a great basketball team, and maybe they're not a playoff team, but I think for New Yorkers who are educated fans, what will be the determinant is how they play.
The Knicks fired Derek Fisher on Monday following the team's 9th loss in its last 10 games. The former Lakers guard was handpicked by his former coach Phil Jackson to take over the team.
Anthony wide open, can't hit. Porzingis on the follow over Aldridge. That was nasty, sassy stuff. That's what you want to see him do once he gets.
I think we got a great mix of players. We got some veterans, got some young players. As a coach, that's what you're looking for, that balance. So we're excited to get this going.
My life is out of my hands. I know everything is out of my control. The only thing I could do is just prep myself to become great. Just like getting traded here.
I feel great. I'm working hard every day. I'm not going to waste this opportunity. This is very special. Being able to play at home and not anywhere. I'm playing in New York City.
And Phil Jackson was getting clobbered by the New York media, primarily talk radio and the papers, and he needed some juice to get the media off his butt. So he brings in Derrick Rose, and a lot of the NBA guys, oh my God, we're going to be...
And you hear comments from guys like you hear from Derrick Rose all year, just how difficult it is to get used to the system, to get comfortable in the system.
I think the direction with our team is that he is a player that will be better off somewhere else and using his talent somewhere where he can win or chase that championship.
I'm so damn disgusted because he's sabotaging the Knicks. He's throwing everything away. This is a disgrace, and somebody needs to do something about Phil Jackson right now. Get him the hell out of New York.
We're getting calls. You know, as much as we value Kristaps and as much as we love this guy, you know, we have to do what's good for our club.
And what would be good for the club? Why would you do that?
Future.
With the 8th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Frank Ntilikina.
Somebody who had a job that he never wanted to perform in the first place. That is the legacy of Phil Jackson as an executive in this industry, and thank the good Lord that it is over.
Well, this just in as well. We are hearing that Tim Hardaway Jr., who is a restricted free agent, has agreed to sign an offer sheet for 4 years and $71 million with the New York Knicks.
I want to say how excited I really am to be named general manager for the New York Knicks. I'm excited about the young core players that's here in New York. There's a lot to build around those young guys.
I'll be happy playing basketball again, and I'm back in a winning environment and the franchise, and everybody has one common goal.
Thought it was the right move by the Knicks considering the circumstances. Carmelo Anthony is finally in a position where he's going to be able to legitimately compete for a championship, and I think that's something that his talent demands. This is a man that's been in the league for 14 years.
Kristaps Porzingis was everywhere. He'd become the only player in NBA history to ever notch at least 35 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 5 3-pointers in a single game.
Side Porzingis! But he goes down hard, and he's hurt.
I turn on the TV and watch the Knicks for the first time in about a month, and what the hell happens? A torn ACL. Kristaps Porzingis. Lord have mercy. Did he get you on that one?
The history of the Knicks, I'm so proud about that. We're coming to this city to be integrated in this organization, and I will roll up my sleeves and work really hard.
With the 9th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Kevin Knox from the University of Kentucky.
People are sleeping on us with the 29 wins. I think we definitely can win at least 35 games. The whole team, I'm pretty confident we're really good this year, that we have a chance to make the playoffs. No Kristaps Porzingis.
Knicks now have to get, like, KD and Kyrie. They shouldn't have had a cap problem in the first place. They should be able to get those two and keep Porzingis. Porzingis should be a lure for those guys. But, of course, it's the Knicks, so this is what you're looking at.
The Knicks will get the number 1 pick. Knicks fans, I'm telling you.
Do you have, like,
you
inside
guys
information or
set up the
something?
party, get everything going, start buying the jerseys. You guys are going to get Zion Williamson.
The 3rd pick goes to the New York Knicks.
With the 3rd pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select R.J. Barrett from Toronto and Duke University.
Because in July, I expect Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant to announce that they're heading to the New York Knicks. Even if you don't have Zion Williamson, New York will still be ready to throw a parade down Broadway. Mr. Dolan expressed a bit of caution, or dare I say reluctance, to offer Kevin Durant the max. Realizing that the New York Knicks were going to go without anything. $70 million in cap space. Porzingis gone. No way. This can't happen. This can't happen.
I wanted to be the first one to get you a Julius Randle jersey. I hope you rock it. You rock it with pride. Molly, I thought they were supposed to get KD and Kyrie, the Knicks.
Randle he's a productive player, right? Rebound the ball, finish at a high percentage, and then can do a little stuff off the dribble, push the ball off the floor. He's a nice addition for him.
Look at the Forbes list. They're number 1. They're worth $4 billion. They got 4 wins currently.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate Fizz. They did him a favor.
Coexistence of Steve Mills with James Dolan just doesn't work. And Dolan's not going to fire himself. So somebody had to go. That's simple.
You have the most famous arena on the planet. You have the number 1 franchise in NBA. They have unlimited spending power. And they keep messing up. They keep messing up.
This is a new generation. This is not the old school generation. I got to have a different approach. If Tibbs could do that, then yes, he's the right person for the Knicks job.
With the 8th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Obi Toppin.
Julius Randle is playing like an all-star. I am very pleased thus far with the job Tom Thibodeau and his coaching staff has done.
That award. Rose splits the defense. Back to Toppin for the slam and one.
Shoot one as well. How sweet it is.
In the news, the neon lights are bright in the Big Apple. A first-time All-Star from the New York Knicks, Julius Randle.
But there is nothing in New York like when the New York Knicks are winning. There is nothing in New York like when the New York Knicks are relevant. But they would go down, okay? Which means the New York Knicks will be in the second round.